You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars, and see yourself running with them. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Very little is needed to make a happy life, it is all within yourself in your way of thinking. Reject your sense of injury and the injury itself disappears. You are a little soul carrying about a corpse, as Epictetus used to say. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. For it is in your power to retire into yourself whenever you choose. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it. A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life. Life is neither good or evil, but only a place for good and evil. You don't love yourself enough. Or you'd love your nature too, and what it demands of you. Whatever anyone does or says, I must be emerald and keep my color. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Death hangs over thee. While thou livest, while it is in thy power, be good. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Every living organism is fulfilled when it follows the right path for its own nature. What we cannot bear removes us from life, what remains can be borne. All men are made one for another, either then teach them better or bear with them. The blazing fire makes flames and brightness out of everything thrown into it. Live out your life in truth and justice, tolerant of those who are neither true nor just. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Neither worse than or better is a thing made by being praised. Look beneath the surface, let not the several quality of a thing nor its worth escape thee. Look to nothing, not even for a moment except to reason. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Everything that exists is in a manner the seed of that which will be. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up, if thou wilt ever dig. Is helping others less valuable to you? Not worth your effort? Whatever time you choose is the right time. Not late, not early. The sexual embrace can only be compared with music and with prayer. Nothing is more scandalous than a man that is proud of his humility. In an expression of true gratitude, sadness is conspicuous only by its absence. This thing, what is it in itself, in its own constitution? What is its substance and material? Every man is worth just so much as the things about which he busies himself. It is in your own power to maintain the beauty of your soul, or to be a decent human being. To live happily is an inward power of the soul. All things from eternity are of like forms and come round in a circle. Swiftly the remembrance of all things is buried in the gulf of eternity. All of us are creatures of a day, the rememberer and the remembered alike. If unwilling to rise in the morning, say to thyself, I awake to do the work of a man. How many together with whom I came into the world are already gone out of it? Give your heart to the trade you have learned, and draw refreshment from it. No more roundabout discussions of what makes a good man. Be one. Almost nothing material is needed for a happy life, for he who has understood existence. Manusium ampamelica consumu yang tuhin ingenualicacan. The whole universe is change and life itself is but what you deem it. All is ephemeral, both what remembers and what is remembered. Our own worth is measured by what we devote our energy to. Disgraceful, for the soul to give up when the body is still going strong. There's nothing more insufferable than people who boast about their own humility. Nothing happens to any man that he is not formed by nature to bear. Even the least of our activities ought to have some end in view. A little flesh, a little breath, and a reason to rule all, that is myself. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Jangan pernaman yakiti orang lain dengan perbuatan maupun kata-kata. Give thyself time to learn something new and good, and cease to be whirled around. The thing itself was no misfortune at all, to endure it and prevail is great good fortune. How ridiculous and what a stranger he is who is surprised at anything which happens in life. Very little is needed to make a happy life, it is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Consider how quickly all things are dissolved and resolved. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul.